Saturdays till 2. It's Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in the same blooming place for 65 years.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala, and I'd like to tell you about the Palm Garden Way. We promote individual care, of course, but we also encourage GEMS. That's going the extra mile, and these are thoughtful individual gifts that make each guest stay special. A gem could be a daily latte or a new book or something else that means a lot to our guest. To find out more about the Palm Garden Way, take a tour, located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street in Ocala.
Ocala Eye is the largest, most experienced eye care center in North Central Florida. Tuesday at 10:30, Zora Harrison and Adam Tenza will be our guests, bringing us up to date on the latest optical and other innovations in the industry. For over 40 years, Ocala Eye has provided comprehensive medical and surgical eye care. But that's just the beginning. Just wait until you hear all of the exciting things coming our way. So be sure to listen Tuesday at 10:30 with Ocala Eye, helping you live life to the fullest.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Friday, a lot of clouds, not much sun, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around, especially during the afternoon hours. Highs in the mid to upper 80s at the coast, low 90s inland. Mostly cloudy Friday night with a shower and thunderstorm, low 72 to 76. Mostly cloudy on Saturday with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm or two in the area, high 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hurricane Maria left Puerto Rico in ruins. They need our help. The office of Dr. Juan Jordan is asking the public to help with non-perishable food, lanterns, battery-operated fans, diapers, insect repellent, etc. Drop-off sites include Dr. Jordan's office in Lady Lake, Country Oaks Veterinary Clinic in Summerfield, Forest High School, and Golden Ocala Tennis. For more information, contact Dr. Jordan's office at 352-633-0473, and thank you.
LifeSouth would like to honor and thank all of our Hispanic blood donors during Hispanic Heritage Month. O-negative blood is the most commonly used because it is the universal donor, and 66% of the Hispanic population is type O. Hispanic donors are more likely to be a match with Hispanic patients. Make sure you do your part for your community by finding your nearest blood mobile or center. Visit lifesouth.org for more information. Hasta pronto.
All right, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Galen Unold from LifeSouth Community Blood Center is on the phone. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are you all?
Pretty good. Were your ears burning about 45 minutes ago?
Say that again?
Were your ears burning about 45 minutes ago?
No.
When Kevin Christian and Dr. Mayer were in here earlier, before we went on the air, I was telling them that you were doing play-by-play on the high school football games, and that you were doing one tonight. And so Kevin was familiar with what you do, very complimentary of what you do. So yeah, the word is spreading quickly. You have like a hit on your hands. I don't know if you know that or not.
Well, that's good to know. I hope so. If I can bring attention to high school football, I'm all about it. It's one of my favorite things. And you know, when you don't do something for a long time, and then you start doing it again, you realize just how much you miss it. That's truly what's going on, because it had been 15 years really since I had done play-by-play on a consistent basis, and I'm just really enjoying it.
Yeah, it sounds like you are, and it comes through. So the one thing I'm hoping, you've kind of expressed this to us before, that you're not really a fan of watching a pre-recorded game, even if you don't know the score at the end. But I'm hoping people do watch or listen to. It's put in the form of a video, but it's all radio, of course. When you're on the air, if somebody doesn't catch it, we do make a podcast of it. So.
Well, absolutely. Well, I'll go back probably in 5 or 6 years and listen to a game. I still do that. When that Vanguard season where they went to the state championship game. I'll still go back and listen to those games because they were just, for me it was such a cool time. It's there forever, and that'll be good. And maybe those kids will grow up and listen to it. And And maybe their kids will listen to it. It's an amazing area.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of weight on your shoulders as play-by-play because, Uncle Charlie, who lives in Detroit, has a nephew down here, and he can't wait to hear about Charlie. Whoever the kid is down here. I'm trying to make up some names here. But trying to hear about his nephew making a touchdown at the high school game. And the only way he's going to hear about it is through you. So that's kind of cool. Not only in a pre-recorded, a recorded version, but also live because we do stream on the internet.
Yeah, I don't think about that as a weight. I look at it. It's just it's so cool and awesome that I have the privilege to do it. I don't. I understand what you're saying, and but I don't view it as pressure. I view it as what a cool opportunity this is.
Oh, really? So you don't.
Yeah,
see, I would if I were in your shoes. Here's what would be bothering me. I would be thinking, okay, there's an uncle somewhere in the country who's going to say, "Come on, how come you couldn't mention that he got straight A's?" Charlie made a touchdown. By the way, did you know that Charlie was the star last year on the ABC sitcom, Goodfellas or something?
No, you say, and some of the best advice I ever got is don't worry about what you don't say. Worry about what you do say. Because what you do say is infinitely more important than what you don't say.
That's a really good advice, yeah.
And because because there's nothing worse than when you're listening to yourself and said, "Oh, I should have said it this way." No, don't worry about that. Just move on. And you have to improve if you don't think that you describe something accurately or that's one thing. But don't ever worry about, "Oh, I should have told this story," or I should have fit this stat in. No. Don't worry about what you don't say.
Another person who gave you compliments was Robert Colin from On Top of the World. He had been listening to the conversation we were having about the athletes who fell from grace because of their vices. Mm-hmm. And sure. he picked up on the fact that I really didn't have to say much. All I had to do was say the player's name, and you just ran with it.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a good thing, and I know way too much about sports.
Well, that made for good conversation. Hey, by the way, yesterday we went to a restaurant, and I noticed there were no dollar signs.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was wondering if you did the same thing. Did you go any place and notice that there were no dollar signs?
No, I didn't. And I'm like, "Hey, Rondo, I have a question." And then he does this to me all the time. He goes, "Oh, hey, I made cookies." And so he made these, and he owns a restaurant, but the man could flat out cook, and he started feeding me these peanut butter cookies, and I couldn't.
So you lost train of
thought. He
thought.
does that all the time. He distracts me. So, yeah, there you go. So I couldn't ask him about the dollar sign, but I need to pick up on that now. So.
Yeah, because it was there were no dollar signs on the menu at all except for 2 extras. And then if you wanted to order something extra, each extra had an individual dollar sign, but there were only 2 of them. So that was really something. The menu just looked more friendly without the dollar sign.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it was strange. It was really strange.
How long do you think you're going to notice that for? Like
forever, for the rest of my life.
Something that you will notice from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the nursing home. They're gonna be driving us to McDonald's, and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, you notice that there's no dollar sign up there."
Yeah, there you go.
I learned that when I was doing that. I used to do a radio show with this chick named Robin.
Are you gonna do? You're gonna when you're in a nursing home, you're just gonna tour other nursing homes and play gigs.
Hey, listen up, you young folks. Yeah, I got some music for you.
This is an oldie but a goodie, written in 1978. Hey, I was alive in '78.
Well, what is the name of your color commentator for tonight?
It's Dwayne, and I have to take a moment to bash Dan once again. So I asked Dan like months ago when we decided this. I said, "Fine, this is our schedule. You need to contact all the athletic directors of the away teams so they know we're coming." He goes, "Oh, I can do that. It's done." And I asked him, I said, "Is it done?" He goes, "Yeah, I did it." So I talked to the head coach of South Sumter yesterday, and he said, "No, I didn't know you guys were coming." I said,
Oh,
and so now, because there's no room in the press box, we're going to be doing the play-by-play from the visitor stands. This is going to be fun.
that's going to be interesting. That'll be cool. The visitors
going
will
to
love
be
that.
Fun. It's not good, but it will be fun. And when it sounds like all you hear is crowd noise, you can blame one human being. And and again, so I'm like, make sure you call the rest of our schedules. I think we only have 2 more away games. Call them, let them know we're coming. So
yeah,
very disappointed.
But let me tell you something. The kind of thought that I have, when I worked with the guys that did the Gator Network, there was a microphone just for crowd noise, and that was part of the mix. They would always say, we need more crowd noise. Boost the crowd noise. So crowd noise is important.
And I don't disagree with that in theory, right? But when you do that, you can control the volume. Where we're going to be at, one, our visibility is going to be limited. That's a problem. 2, all you're going to hear is, "Go, baby, go," or something like that. It'll be fine. I mean, Dwayne, I've never worked with Dwayne, but he's a Marine, so I'm sure he's dealt with much worse than what we're going to deal with tonight. So, yeah, let's see what happens. But another little wrinkle, because Dan didn't do his job.
Oh, no.
Just want to let everybody know. Yeah.
Hey, you know what we should...
Yeah, but that's a fact. He's got to do his job.
And it'll be crystal clean tonight. The sound last week, the sound improved greatly when we went from the phone to the Skype. So that'll be all night tonight.
No, we're not going to do Skype tonight.
Oh, we're not.
It took all my phone's data.
Oh,
so I have out of data, and we're just going to do Skype phone line, and so it should be good. And you probably didn't notice, but that's what we did.
It's good to know.
We're still going to use Skype.
I'm curious.
We're just going to use the. No, we're not. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call in, which is the way I did it at the very beginning of the broadcast, and then we switched.
Oh, okay.
To Skype.
Okay, so there's no way to.
It'll still be good.
There's no way to use a laptop and just get the Skype,
the Wi-Fi.
Well, the problem with the Wi-Fi is it's a public Wi-Fi, and it just, you get 3 people on it, and it just slows down.
Oh, okay.
Which is what was happening last week. Remember when we couldn't connect? I was trying to use Wi-Fi, and then I just turned my Wi-Fi off, and then it sucked all my data.
Okay, so that's what happened. Okay. All right, let's take a little break. We will be right back with Galen Unold from LifeSouth Community Blood Center.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Friday, a lot of clouds, not much sun, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around, especially during the afternoon hours. Highs in the mid to upper 80s at the coast, low 90s inland. Mostly cloudy Friday night with a shower and thunderstorm, low 72 to 76. Mostly cloudy on Saturday with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm or 2 in the area, high 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck, back pain, or tennis elbow and would like to learn how to get out of pain, go to Regenetic.com. Then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to the people that give you the regenerative medical solutions to your pain. Regenetic. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source. Regenetic.com.
Langley Health Services, located at 7205 Southeast Merricamp Road in Ocala, is a federally qualified health center offering family practice, pediatrics, podiatry, dental, behavioral health, and radiology services. Most insurance accepted, sliding scale for those who qualify, and same-day appointments available until 4 p.m. with board-certified family practice and internal medicine physicians on staff. Langley Health Services, call today 352-680-7000. What do I do now?
After 911, don't worry, call Fakuri. Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic, treating auto injuries for over 32 years. Same-day appointments, immediate medical attention, all under one roof. Don't worry, call Fakuri. Go to bestinjurycare.com. All auto insurances are accepted. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call. Car accident? Don't worry, call Fakuri. bestinjurycare.com.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. And now, 3 rooms for just $99. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Ocala Eye is the largest, most experienced eye care center in North Central Florida. Tuesday at 10:30, Zora Harrison and Adam Tenza will be our guests, bringing us up to date on the latest optical and other innovations in the industry. For over 40 years, Ocala Eye has provided comprehensive medical and surgical eye care. But that's just the beginning. Just wait until you hear all of the exciting things coming our way. So be sure to listen Tuesday at 10:30 with Ocala Eye, helping you live life to the fullest.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala, and I'd like to tell you about the Palm Garden Way. We promote individual care, of course, but we also encourage GEMS. That's going the extra mile, and these are thoughtful individual gifts that make each guest day special. A gem could be a daily latte or a new book or something else that means a lot to our guest. To find out more about the Palm Garden Way, take a tour, located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street in Ocala.
LifeSouth would like to honor and thank all of our Hispanic blood donors during Hispanic Heritage Month. O-negative blood is the most commonly used because it is the universal donor, and 66% of the Hispanic population is type O. Hispanic donors are more likely to be a match with Hispanic patients. Make sure you do your part for your community by finding your nearest blood mobile or center. Visit lifesouth.org for more information. Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto. 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. I want to learn Spanish, Galen. I think I'm on my way. Hasta pronto. I think I got that down. That means I'll see you soon, right? See you soon?
You sound really good when you say it. I mean, it's awesome.
My 2 words. I know 2 words. Hasta pronto. And hasta mañana. I guess I know 3 words. See you tomorrow.
Wow.
See you tomorrow.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right. I didn't.
You're growing by leaps and bounds right before our eyes.
I did not tell you the topic today. Today, the topic is ways to make your color analyst sound great.
Ooh. Do it.
This is for you. This is information for the play-by-play guy.
It'd be good if they talked. I'm just going to throw that out there when you ask the question.
This is from the Sportscasters Talent Agency of America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And they have.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't either.
I'm not that good.
I didn't either. And they have 4 tips to instantly help your color analyst sound great. Consistently broadcasting play-by-play with the same analyst helps make your broadcast sound great. Well, we missed that one. We have a different analyst every week.
Agreed. It's and I've said this before. It's so important to be able to get into a rhythm where you know what the person's going to say, and you know how to set them up for that. So we'll see what happens with Dwayne. We're 1 for 2 so far. So
here's the wisdom of the talent agency that I'm reading from. It says, unfortunately, consistently working with the same analyst is more the exception than the rule.
Yeah, it's true. Well, if you're like, let's say you go on the road and you're like a freelance guy almost, so you don't have a set schedule. You're not always doing the game of the week or something like that. Then you're a hired gun, and you're going to go in, do a game as quickly as possible, and then get out of there. But that's just the way of the world.
So here's number 1. There's 4 rules here. Number 1, clarify your roles. Your job as the play-by-play guy is to describe what happened. Your analyst's job is to explain why it happened.
Yeah, and they make that really simple, but the hard part, the truly hard part of that is how are you going to transition from that? And what I mean by that is, so when I'm done with my call, where does a color guy pick up and fill in the blanks? And so it's very difficult to be able to create those transitions. And my rule of thumb is very simple. Until I've worked with a guy a lot, it's just tell me who made the tackle. If you don't get anything else and you just say, so-and-so made the tackle, at least it makes some sense.
Yeah, this weekend I was listening to the FSU play-by-play. Who's the guy on there again? Who is it?
FSU.
Gene Deckerhoff.
Gene Deckerhoff. Thank you. And his color guy was a former football player, and they were outstanding. They did it right. They knew how to do it. Both of them knew how to do it. And I don't know the color guy's name, but in your case, last week now, Adam did a really good job. I mean, he was really.
He did. He was fantastic.
It says here, it sounds terrible when an analyst's comments go too long, and he takes over play-by-play for the other guy. So, and he wasn't doing that. You were doing your job. He was doing his, and so, yeah.
You know, and again, since we had never worked together, he stepped on me a couple of times, and I stepped on him. But that's going to happen. And again, the rule of thumb is what I tell every guy is I don't care how long you talk. I don't necessarily care what you talk about if you think it's important. I said, but when the quarterback's about to get the ball, you have to stop because that's my time. So,
and are you the king? And there's not an ego thing here. What I mean is, if you say something and he disagrees, does he say so?
I hope so.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Oh, really? You want that?
Yeah, you're going to.
You want that?
Yeah, you're going to have times when let's say it's 4th and 1, and they're on the 25-yard line, and they decide to go for it instead of kicking a field goal. And I say, hey, they should kick the field goal, get points on the board. And he comes back and says, no, you got to go for it. I want to have that discussion because guess what? The fans in the audience want to hear both sides of that story so they can make their own opinion. Absolutely.
So if you say that was a foul ball and they didn't call it, and he goes, that was not a foul. You go, oh my God, are you blind? That was a foul. No, does that happen? I mean, do you want that?
Absolutely. I hope that doesn't happen tonight because then we would be at the wrong park. But absolutely, I want that to happen. But I absolutely want that.
Well, that would happen if I was your color guy. I would definitely be saying that was a foul. All right.
Oh, you and I had some good back and forth about. Wow, I can't believe they hit him that hard. Did they have to hit him that hard? Oh, I'm serious. No, but I think it's important. I think that's clear. I don't have a problem with that.
That was me. I was like, oh my gosh, they're hitting each other so hard. These are kids.
Yeah.
All right, here's number.
And I don't mind that at all.
Number 2. This is again from the Sportscasters Talent Agency of America. In the rules to help your color analyst sound better. Provide guidelines. Before you go on the air, tell your analyst what you expect. Correcting him during the broadcast will create animosity. All right.
That's true.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, there were several times where, when we would go to commercial, I'd say, hey, do this, do this. What do you think about this? And you just, you're talking, and you could hear us, and you're talking the whole time. You're communicating so that it's clear. I try not to correct people on
I heard
during
you
the
say,
game.
I think on the air you said, "Hey, would you call the station?" I don't think we're on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably did. But I still don't know if we're up there.
It says, whatever he does, tell your analyst to never talk over you. Even oohing and ahhing in the background during the big play sounds horrible.
We had that problem in the first quarter. If you listen to the broadcast, and I said, man, you got to stop. You're stepping on me.
Was he really? I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? So there was a time where they intercepted it. And a play-by-play guy, you have to get to that point, right? You can't just say, ball's intercepted without saying there was a pass first, right? You got to go through the motions. And so I'm going to be 4 or 5 seconds behind in some cases on a complex play. And all of a sudden he just yells interception, and I'm like, well, I can't even build it up as to what happened. And I'm like, hey, just let me go ahead and do it, and it'll be fine.
So the third piece of advice for you tonight with your analyst, your co-host, Dwayne, make your analyst the star. That's what it
Always.
says. Yeah, make him the star.
Always.
Really?
Yeah, at the end of the day, if nobody remembers anything that I did or what I said, I'm okay with that. If they remember that it was a really good game and they can't believe how exciting it was, or they can't believe how well the team played or how poorly a team played, then I did my job. You never want it to be about you, ever.
That's why you're a professional, Galen. That's why you care and do so much, so unselfishly for our community.
Yeah. Well, I love it.
You do.
I mean, I love it.
All right, now the fourth one applies to Robin and I because we actually did this one. Go to lunch. I swear to God, that's what it says.
How with that?
It says, if your analyst doesn't already know you, take him to lunch. Build rapport. It's a great time to clarify roles and provide guidelines.
That's awesome.
That's what Robin and I do.
Go to lunch.
Go to lunch.
Take a nap. We're good. Hang out.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm looking forward to it. So what time does the game start tonight?
Hey, game starts at 7:30. We're going to go on the air at 7. You know, we'll do the pregame. During the pregame, we're going to have an interview with Coach Sturdivant that is going to be a must-have, must-listen to, I should say, because he's so open and honest. And this is going to be a good game. Two no-win teams, and somebody's going to leave tonight with a win, which will be big for the rest of their season.
And Dr. Ham told us earlier that the school is in Bushnell, so we know where you'll be. Yeah,
correct.
All right, Bloodmobile.
I thought everybody knew that.
Where's the Bloodmobile?
Hey, today we are actually at the Publix on Southeast on 17th Street, right there in Churchill Square.
All right. All right, Galen. Have a great day. We'll talk to you this evening during the game.
All right. Thanks, you guys, for everything.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back.
Association of Manufacturers.
A tax framework must now become a bill. No easy task, Ways and Means Committee Republican Mike Kelly admits.
You get 435 people trying to figure out what's best for the folks that they represent. That's a lot of decision making.
Democrats say the GOP proposal breaks the president's promise